We knew him, but we did not see him for the great I am that I am, so he gave us away to our own sinful desires. And now, we foolishly circle a beautiful world created by living words, uttered from the lips of a living God, awesomely handled by the heavenly hands of Creator himself, but handed down to the hands of a headstrong man corrupted from the darkness of sin. What was once life-giving for Adam and Eve is now and forever governed by death, just as Cain murdered Abel out of jealousy. Now innocent blood swims through the streets of this world like claustrophobic creeks and rivers dispersed into streams of oceans and seas. Murderous seeds planted into the soil of our hearts, fertilized by hatred and envy, but growing out fear, but still blossoming to a field of violent blood-stained red roses. And now, the very stench of rotten decaying corpses fills the air, and we suffocate on the seductive aroma like it is secondhand smoke. We simply sit and silently suffer while Satan swings us in and out of our salvation as if he was a loving, caring mother slowly swinging her infant child back to sleep. And I wonder why no one can hear the hopeless cries. The hopeless cries of a mother helplessly holding her lifeless child's body, just hoping to re-give the life she once gave. Or why don't we wipe the drowning eyes of a broken woman? Broken to the dire fact that men never truly loved her, but only used her God-created body for their own sexual immorality. And speaking of men, how can we be exactly what our gracious Father in heaven wants us to be when we waste our time searching for our identity in women? Searching for it in a virtuous woman, but we are easily seduced by the traps of an immoral woman. We beg on dying ears for them to treat us like men, how we are meant to be treated, but we are never getting that satisfaction that we desperately crave. So, in secret, we cry out to God, so no one can see the masculinity dripping from our tears. And as His people, we ignore the sorrow that pours out of our hearts as a waterfall crusades freely into a fountain filled with deceit. Screams from our vocal boxes shake cold steel bars, desperately trying to bring relief. We are nothing more than zombies, slowly walking toward materialistic items that pull us away from the Most High, feasting on every and anything we get our greedy hands on, devouring fleshly desires and denying our dying souls any source of life. But somewhere, deep within this valley of buried bodies, there is still hope. There is still faith that shines brighter than our fears. A power so great that it makes our Lazarus bodies rise up from our own deathly grips. And even though death comes for every man born of a woman, we need not be afraid. For there, in the distance, in this lonely valley of death, I see a light so bright that it makes the morning sun look dim, as if the fiery blazing sun wasn't strong enough to illuminate in its presence. Moons and stars will bow at its feet, and at the source of light I see a man with his arms spread wide like wings on a plane, soaring into every man's heart, and he hasn't even left the ground yet, so powerful that the winds listen to his whisper as if it was a silent roar coming out of the chest of a lion, but landing into our hearts like a gentle lamb gracefully jumping in the meadow. A man who washes our blind eyes with the filth of this world with his own saliva, allowing us to see the speck in our eyes, but still giving us a clear-eyed view of his glory. Turn this mountain of skeletons with cold stone hearts back into hearts of beating flesh. A man who everyone knows of, but few actually know. They call him the Holy One, the Redeemer of this world, the Son of God, and His name is Jesus Christ. So I ask you, are you dying to live your life? Or are you living your life to die for your Savior, Jesus Christ?